Good evening, listeners. Tonight's story comes from the remote reaches of northwestern Ontario, where a wildfire has wrought unprecedented devastation and left a community scrambling for answers. The article, titled Evacuees of Ontario's Wildfires Wait and Worry, takes us straight into the heart of the crisis. It begins with the image of flames creeping, nothing more than as smoldering embers in the grass, before sprinting, tearing through the landscape, catching unsuspecting residents by surprise. Those residents, living within the Namaga-Sissegagan First Nation, were forced to flee in the dead of night, carrying nothing but the remnants of their homes and their hope for safety. A key figure in this unfolding drama is Lyndon Paavola, a community member who reached out with shaky footage taken on his phone. He showed us the sheer speed of the blaze, how it usurped the community's familiar borders. The video revealed trees turned to ash in minutes, houses railed apart by the forced wind currents generated by the fire. Paavola, nodding as we speak, stated that the stark reality of those moments had left him feeling as if the ground itself had turned into a riot of heat. This visual evidence is powerful because it does not just show the urgency, it captures the human cost in real time. The article underscores that many of the evacuees are still in limbo, camped in a state of waiting and worry. They are not only dealing with the physical absence of their homes but also with the psychological echo of a loss that seems almost too swift to reconcile. While the federal government issued a call for emergency aid, residents demanded a deeper investigation into why apparently insufficient preparation left such a densely populated area sediment exposed. Chief Minister of Ontario, who comes under scrutiny, is reportedly working with the Canadian Department of Defence. Armed helicopters are circling above the disaster zone, seemingly try to provide additional resources. However, the question lingers, was there a lack of fire monitoring equipment, or did the weather conditions fatally to hamper fire suppression efforts? As the article highlights, the wildfire was described as fast spreading. That rapid escalation gave emergency crews less window to negotiate firefighting strategies. The New York Times coverage indicates that provincial officials now must face the tough reality of not just battling nature, but also accountability. The broader context is not lost. This is part of a larger pattern of wildfire incidents across Canada, rungs often clustered in remote First Nation territories where early warning systems aren't fully operational. The Canton meteorological predictions predicted a dry spell across the region, but this incident shows how predictive models can still fail when confronted with dynamic, ferocious flames. A spotlight falls on the need for revisiting fire suppression protocols, especially ones that simultaneously consider Indigenous knowledge. Much of the same confluence of natural fire, economic scars, and jurisdictional complexity lie in overseas systems are being examined for similar cause and potential improvements. Behind the footage, the voice of Josie Isai, the New York Times correspondent covering the story, adds layers to the narrative. She reports that the resilience of the evacuees is both inspiring and stressful as small communities maintain their identity even as all paths forward are constrained. She interviews local Indigenous leaders who reinforce the importance of aligning institutional response to the realities of their households, serving as a reminder that this is not just a news event but a painfully lived reality. Wrap it up, we get a feeling of quiet consequence. The residents of Namaga-Sissegagan First Nation are facing a grim new reality, rebuilding from ashes and hoping that the questions will be answered. The remaining fire has constructed a new kind of emergency, one that will test emergency management, community readiness, and the political will to patch holes in the systems that keep people safe. Thank you for listening. Stay informed, stay safe, and we'll keep you updated as this story continues to unfold. Until next time, keep your eyes on the skies, and your ears on the stories that matter.